Well, Happy New Year and welcome to this quick video. 2018 is now here, and I thought there might be a lot of people out there thinking about a possible move this year. Maybe it's upsizing to a fabulous larger home, or maybe you want to simplify and get out of the busyness of our growing city. Whatever the reason, I thought it would be interesting to give you some key insights into the most important aspects of selling a home in order to get top dollar. And after all, that is the most important thing, right? So here's my list that you can start with working on as soon as today. I know it's early January, but if you're thinking about a spring move, it's going to take you some time and some planning to be successful. So now is the time to get a plan in place. If you've listened to any of my previous videos, like my short reports, which I put out every month, you know that the three critical components of selling a home are preparation, promotion, and pricing. So most of the key insights are going to fit into one of these three categories. So let's start from the bottom at number 10, which I believe is really the foundation of any sale, and that is pricing it right. Now this is easier said than done. A lot of people think you can just throw any price out there and the home will sell in this current market, but I can tell you that that is definitely not the case. Even as a professional with 20 years of experience, I'm still challenged to properly price a home, and contrary to what most people think, looking at Zillow is just not that accurate, as even it can be off as much as 10 to 12% either on the high side or the low side, which doesn't do you any good. The goal of most transactions is to get you the highest price, and in my opinion, if you're not totally in tune with the market, you will be leaving money on the table. Only through years of experience and trial and error have I seen the subtle nuances of pricing a home correctly. And even today, I still have about 10% of my listings that, if I were to be honest, I would say that it didn't quite price it right. Sometimes it's a market shift, sometimes it's the seller themselves insisting on a different price, and sometimes it's a factor that I didn't consider, like how the home sits on the lot or is positioned in the lot. So with all the auto valuations out there on the internet, there's only so far that these algorithms and the computing can go. Pricing is an art that, left in the wrong hands, can have catastrophic results. That being said, for higher priced luxury homes that have unique features, the case becomes even more compelling for pricing the home right, because you can be leaving hundreds of thousands of dollars on the table. So moving on to number 9 is decluttering. Decluttering is probably the single biggest challenge that sellers have when they go to sell their homes, yet it is one of the most important pieces. Buyers want space and they want cleanliness. So if you're thinking of selling, you can start now by packing up about 30% of your stuff and putting it in the garage, or even better, finding a storage unit around the area. Number 8 on our list is improving the light in the home. Not very many buyers, especially here in the Northwest, want a dark and dreary home. And that's why in all the new construction, everything is white, light, and bright. Look at your window treatments, and if they're dark and heavy, get them out of there. If the walls are dark, lighten them up by painting. And make sure that all of your lights are working properly. Believe me, this is going to make a huge difference in making your home more sellable. Now, number 7 on the list is near and dear to my heart, which is hiring the right agent. Did you know that there's a huge difference between an agent doing this business, yet most people hire the first agent they meet? Over 50% of the agents do so little business that they barely even scrape by, and really only the top 10 to 20% of the agents, I believe, are actually adding enough value to justify their fees. An experienced agent will give you your best shot at preparing and promoting and pricing the home to maximize your net proceeds. In fact, it's proven that great agents pay for themselves many times over in relation to their commissions in the form of net returns to the seller, higher levels of service, and legal protection as well, from making mistakes in the contracts. If you're interested in this more, you can view my video on value-added selling in real estate by going and subscribing to my YouTube channel. Now, moving on to number 6 on our list is what I call conceal the critters. As much as I love dogs, I can't tell you how many homes I've walked into where there is a distinct pet smell, or molding or furniture that has been used as a pacifier, or even major scratches on the hardwood floor. Bottom line is, not everyone is a pet lover, and it will ultimately cost you more in concessions or a lower price if you don't take care of these things before you list. And of course, I know you can't put a pet in a kennel for every open house, but just have a plan of how you're going to deal with this so that the home appears clean and fresh at every showing. Moving our way down to number 5 is don't over upgrade. Quick fixes before selling always pay off, but mammoth makeovers not so much. You probably won't get your money back if you do a huge improvement project before you put your house on the market. And I've seen a lot of people make some pretty major mistakes by thinking they need to do a house remodel before they sell it. I recommend looking at the less expensive upgrades first. Get a new fresh coat of paint on the walls, clean the curtains or go buy some inexpensive new ones, replace door handles, cabinet hardware, make sure closet doors are on track, fix leaky faucets, and clean the grout. We prepare an entire list of to-do items that is usually pretty extensive but very strategic in my office. Number 4, moving on, is what I call taking the home out of your house. One of the most important things to do when selling your house is to depersonalize it. The more personal stuff in your house, the less potential that buyers have to imagine themselves living there. Get rid of a third to half of your stuff, like I said, by putting it in storage, like I mentioned previously. This includes the family photos, memorabilia collections, and personal keepsakes, as well as religious items as well. In my business, I routinely hire qualified professional stagers to maximize the full potential of your home. And in some cases, that might mean simply rearranging furniture, but in most cases, we're bringing furniture in to make sure that the home presents itself in the best possible light. At number 3 is what I call the kitchen comes first, meaning that you're not actually selling your house, you're selling your kitchen. That's how important it is. If you're thinking of putting several thousands of dollars into your home before you sell, putting it into your kitchen will really make a big difference. The benefits of remodeling your kitchen are endless, and the best part of it is that you'll probably get about 85% of your money back if you put money into that. It may be a few $1,000s, say, to replace countertops, where a buyer may knock $10,000 off or more from the asking price if your kitchen looks dated. The fastest, most inexpensive kitchen updates include painting and new cabinet hardware, which can be very helpful. Now, number 2 on our list is your house needs to be ready to show at all times. You never know when that special buyer is going to walk through the door, and you have to be available whenever they want to come see the place, and it has to be in tip-top shape. Don't leave dishes in the sink. Keep the dishwasher cleaned out, the bathroom sparkling, and make sure there are no dust bunnies or cobwebs in the corners. It's a little inconvenient, I know, but it will get your house sold. And now, drumroll please, we have come to the number 1 tip on selling a home, and that is that the first impression is the only impression. No matter how good the interior of your home looks, buyers already have judged your home before they walk through the front door. You never have a second chance to make a first impression. It's important to make people feel warm, feel welcome, safe as they approach the house. So spruce up the home's exterior with inexpensive shrubs and brightly colored flowers. You can typically get 100% of your return on your money or more if you put money into the home's curb appeal. Now, entryways are also important. So if you normally use the entry, say, to hang your coats and drop off your keys, well, consider restaging it by putting in a small bench, maybe a vase of fresh cut flowers, or even some cookies. After having shown thousands of homes, I can tell you that the first 10 seconds a buyer enters is the most critical part of the showing. And if you don't nail it, your return will be less and the time on the market will be longer than it should. So this completes my list of my top 10 list. And hopefully you've gotten now a few good tips on getting your home ready for the spring market. Remember that most of our appreciation happens in the first 6 months of the year, and the absolute best time to put a home on the market is coming up. It's March to April. March to May, really. You know, a list like we just went over can be daunting, and it can be hard to schedule contractors to come in and get the work done if you don't want to do it yourself. And that is where I can really help you. I spend a significant amount of time coordinating vendors, vetting vendors out so that you can have a really successful preparation time to getting your home ready for the market. So if you have any questions, please give me a call. I'd be happy to help you out, and I thank you for listening to this video, and make it a great day and a great week.